So I've heard a lot of sayings like, health is the new form of capital, or, wellness in your 60s equates to money, things like that. And, got me thinking about how does taking care of ourselves in our 60, how does that equate in when we hit our 80s and 90s? Is there a monetary benefit? I mean, I keep talking about, health benefit, and I think that motivates some people to take action because they just don't like the way they're looking and feeling. And certainly that was my case. I didn't like the fact that I was 30 pounds overweight, and I still have a little bit in my gut that I'm trying to lose, and I don't like it. But some people don't motivate like that. They don't think about that in the short term, and let me do a little bit more eating, right? Or let me just drink that sweet tea. And they don't think about how will it relate down the road. And so I started thinking about, okay, how does this tie to money? And so I did some digging, did some research, and it really does. I mean, there are studies that show what we do today in our 60s does equate, has a direct correlation to money in the future. And so this morning, I want to break down what that looks like. I mean, what can we do now, and how much will it save us, in the future? So that's my talk. And I'm on my walk. Good morning, everybody. I hope you're out walking. I hope you're getting fit. And I am the over 60 guy. I'm Bryant. And welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. I like to encourage people, The Bible says, encourage one another on towards love and good deeds. And so I'm trying to encourage you on to good health and fitness and sound things in your life. So if you like my channel, I would appreciate if you give a like, exercise your finger, boop, and hit the like. And certainly if you find value, I'd love for you to just subscribe. So let's talk about this. Let's break it down. Oftentimes when I have an important topic like this, which is recent, I like to make notes so that I don't miss any points. And so let's talk about this. So the first thing is cost of inactivity. And let's talk about the cost of inactivity. What does it cost us? And so they're saying that in my research I did, they're saying that statistically about $4,500 a year on average in chronic disease management, according to the CDC estimates. So people who don't take health seriously, like now, I'm 61, so some of you are a little bit younger, some of you are a little bit older. And according to my stats on the over 5,000 subscribers, it's mostly male, about 95%, and 5% female. And in that 95%, the majority are somewhere between 55 and 75. So this is a great age. And if you're younger, welcome, you're doing great, taking advantage. But this is a great age to start getting fit. It says that according to the CDC, chronic disease management in our older age is going to cost us about $4,500 on average. One fall, I'm always talking about bone density and strength balance, right? One fall could equal 30,000 as you're hospitalized, but that's in today's dollars. So if you're not buying Bitcoin and you're losing out to inflation, right? The Fed prints 8% money every year. So if you're losing out, I mean, that 30,000 could be 40,000, 50,000 by the time we hit our 80s. So one fall in a hospital and rehab, that's going to set us back. And 1 year of assisted living could be 50 to 80,000, and I would say top it closer to 80 by the time, in 20 years from now. So, you know, you really don't need a financial advisor, and I'm certainly not one. I don't pretend to be one. But it's just common sense that anything you could do today preventative could save you some big costs later on. The other thing is preventing chronic disease. You know, the big ones are like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and a lot of that could be avoided through what you're eating and how you're daily exercising, etc. It could certainly limit it, you know, when you're losing weight and when you're balancing your sugar, right? I talk about, you know, don't spike your blood sugar. That's a big thing, and that's done through processed carbs, right? And that's done through sugar. I'm going to harp on this. Some of you already know what I'm going to say, right? Sugar is the devil. And so, you know, managing chronic disease, that's so important, and avoiding injury. So when we do squats, right? When we're doing push-ups, when we're doing plank, we are going to slowly build our bone density, or certainly going to improve it or keep it from receding. And what we don't want to do is be walking, you know, using a walker, barely being able to get up from the sofa. I mean, you know, we have to hobble. I mean, those things you don't want to happen. So you need to avoid injury, and you want to have strong bones. You want to have better balance and reduce falling risk. Walking is great. It's a great balancer, right? It helps us with our balance. So just walking. Nevertheless, you know, yesterday I posted a video talking about some exercises we can do just to get started, but certainly all of those will help. And, you know, it will also, by investing in health today, by just taking 20 minutes of your life or an hour and walking and another 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it will allow you to be more independent later on. So, you know, keep you in your home, right? Keep you from going places, which in the end will cost you money. And so it'll help you stay independent longer, right? So that's certainly one of the benefits. And exercise is kind of like insurance. It's like an insurance for yourself. Think about 30 minutes of walking, an hour of walking, 15 minutes of body working as your copay to healthy financing. So rather than copaying on, you know, preventative insurance, you're copaying on investing in yourself. You're taking money, you're taking time, which doesn't cost you anything other than getting up and, you know, walking, and which helps fight depression, things like that. Helps build balance and strength and heart health. So you're trading that for future dollars that you might spend. So you may say saving today, but when you hit 80, you're going to be thankful that you did this stuff. So you're saving, you know, you're saving future money by taking better care of your health now. And then the other thing is, you can potentially by staying healthy now, you can work longer, right? So think about all that, you know, you could decide, hey, I don't have to, but I'm going to go be a greeter at Walmart, right? And so you could stay, you could do that longer, right? I don't know. Or you could, you know, travel more as a consultant, do more. You can just basically, if you want to work longer, if you're in good health, you can, right? You're not tied to, you know, your health doesn't like an anchor that's keeping you back. And so we all want to do that, right? And so lower your, let's see, you could also lower your health insurance costs. I mean, let's face it, you drop some pounds and you get physically fit and you get your blood sugar balanced, and, you know, your hydration levels up, and you go and do another test for your insurance, you could drop that long-term insurance. Like, you want to leave your spouse with something in case you do go, you know, have a car accident and die or something like that. I don't know. I don't wish that on anybody, but you don't know what's going to happen in life. And so you want to have that health insurance. So by having a good fitness checkup, right, you can reduce the cost, which will save you money. You can invest that, buy more Bitcoin. Right. Bryant, enough with the Bitcoin. Let's see, avoid financial drain. So just this main thing is avoid financial drain for your family and your spouse. You know, they often say when you're in your 80s and 90s, a lot of what you saved your home, all that stuff goes by the wayside because it sucks it up into medical costs. And I guess my point is like, you know, don't think like that. Think long term. Start investing time in your walking. Start doing your prayer, your meditation, that kind of thing. So, yeah. So this is the way I do it. So I start my day with a walk. And walking, as you know, there's lots of benefits. You can check out some of my videos on walking. There's lots of benefits to walking. But by starting my day with walking, it gives me time to pray. It gives me time to meditate. It gives me time to do this, to talk to you guys. So I found something that I can do on my walk that entertains me, right? And you can too. So it's very simple. You just get up and you start walking, right? There's no preparation. There's no advanced degree. You don't have to study for it. You don't have to take an SAT test in your age and figure out, am I qualified? No, guess what? You're qualified. So get walking and get moving. And the next thing you can do is you can say, well, I want to get strong. So you could start doing push-ups. Okay, very simple. Get on your knees or do them off the counter, right? Lean against the wall, but just start activating the muscle again. And after you start doing that, you can start doing some squats. And by doing some squats, you're gonna work your leg muscles. You can do some calf raises to work your calves. So bottom line is you wanna work your core muscles, your upper body and your lower. And there's those simple things. I also posted a video yesterday you can check out for some other exercise, right? So like, Brian, get up, get away. You're too close, Brian. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I noticed that I'm, way too close, right? But anyway, you can do all that. So, but I think it's time to take it seriously, and you're gonna appreciate it. So what you do today will be savings in the future. It's like money in the bank or Bitcoin in your wallet, or if you're a Solana fan, or you know, if you're an Ethereum fan or whatever you are. Maybe you like treasuries, I don't know. Maybe you like bonds and making less than 1% a year in bonds, I don't know. But bottom line is you're doing stuff, right? You're doing stuff for your future. So I hope that helped. I hope it was worthwhile. And that's truly my hope and desire is that, you know, these videos bless you and encourage you. So I would say may the Lord bless you, and may the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face shine upon you and give you peace. And until the next video, I wish you God's blessing, and please comment below. And you can always reach out to me at over60guy@hotmail.com. I have a wellness guide, and then I'm also looking for to create some 30-day plans for a few people. So I still have a few left. Let me know. Bye.